Welcome back to the page, guys. I hope you're all well. So today's video is not about this E36, it's not about the E39, in fact it's not about a BMW at all. The car that we're going to be working on today, or in this video, is this Punto that you may have seen in the background of other videos on the channel. But before I tell you what we're going to be doing with this Fiat, let's get it into the workshop and then I will tell you exactly what we're going to do. So after making sure that Nim was there to catch the car so that we didn't crash it straight into the side of the A4. Are you there to catch it? Yeah. Do you reckon that's going to clear the Audi? Oh, it's only an Audi, don't worry about it. We then very carefully pushed it out of the space, making sure that we didn't smash it straight into the side of the Audi, so that we could get it onto the road and attempt to get it up the ramp and into the workshop. Man, why is it so heavy for such a small car? It's a good job it's boosted. We need to have a run up. Now, we did plan on getting this Punto up the ramp in one attempt, but as you'll be able to see, we kind of failed at that. Well, I think we both need to have another run up. We both push from the front. I reckon we'll have half a chance. So with me and Nim both pushing from the front, we went for attempt number 2, and even though we did actually get the car at the ramp, we did have one small casualty. So after checking that Nim was actually okay and he didn't hurt himself, we finally got the car into the workshop, and with it in place, we can now find out exactly what is wrong with this Punto abarth. Man, it's such a little car. Why is it so heavy? So now that we've got the Punto into the workshop after we did have a small accident, the reason why we've had to get it in, or the reason why it's needed to come in, is because this engine is quite poorly. Now, you should be able to see on the screen that I am attempting to start the car, and if you take a listen, you'd have been able to hear that this Punto has got zero compression whatsoever. So that can mean one of only two things, and that is the cam belt has come off completely and the internal damage has occurred, or the cam timing has slipped and again internal damage has occurred, which is to why this has got no compression. Now, I'm not sure whether it's damaged pistons or whether it's damaged valves, and that is the reason why we've got it into the workshop, so we can get some bits stripped off and we can work out exactly what the damage is, so then we know exactly what we've got to do to go forward to get the car repaired. So, this thing ain't gonna get itself stripped, so let's not waste any more time. Let's just grab some tools and let's get cracking. Now, before I set to work pulling this Punto apart, I did quickly want to check and see if the belt was still on, just to give me some idea as to what could be the cause of these engine's issues. So first, to do that, I had to remove the engine cover. Then I had to remove the intake pipe for the turbo. And now I've got access to the cam belt cover, I can remove these two bolts that hold the cam belt cover on. So now with those out, let's find out if this belt has come off. So as you've just seen, we have removed the engine cover along with the intake pipe, along with the air filter, along with the cam belt cover, and they are on the floor just down there. And as you can see, the belt is still attached, so we haven't got a snapped belt. So what that is telling me is that there is something going wrong inside this engine that is quite bad, that is causing this little 1.4 to not have any compression whatsoever, and that is the reason why it won't start.
Now me and the mad scientist got to rip apart the block and replace the piston rings you fried.
So what we're now going to have to do, obviously because the belt isn't snapped, we're going to have to get the belt off, we'll get both the manifolds off, and we can work on getting the head off. And then once we've got the head off, we'll be able to see exactly what damage has been done. So I don't think this cylinder head's going to get itself removed, so I think you know what's going to come next. Let's grab some tools and let's get cracking. So the first thing I had to remove was the cold air feed, which is held in with one screw, and then we could get the airbox pulled up and out the way as well. So with that off, the next part was the exhaust heat shield, which is held on with a few 10mm bolts, and after removing those, we could get the shield off as well. Next up, it was the coil pack wiring along with the coil packs themselves, which is simply held in with 4 10mm bolts, and then we could move on to the PCV box, a couple of brackets and the wiring just to gain access to the rocker cover. Now with that removed, we could get the pipe from the throttle body to the intercooler, also known as the boost pipe, removed, and it's held on with 2 clamps, not forgetting to remove the wiring for the boost pressure sensor, and after a little bit of a wiggle, we got that out as well. Next up was the bracket on the side of the cylinder head, and we need to get this off to gain access to this coolant housing to be able to remove the coolant pipes and the feed for the turbo. And as you'll be able to see, it didn't quite go to plan. Well, that wasn't the plan. So after completely covering myself with coolant, I could get the last two pipes removed along with the turbo coolant feed. Next, we had to remove the front headlights, and we needed to do this to be able to loosen the front panel, as we needed to gain access to the heat shield on the front of the exhaust, as you should be able to see, as there was zero room to be able to get to the nuts that hold it on. So with the last two bolts out of the front panel, I could remove the nuts that hold the heat shield onto the exhaust, and we could get that removed as well. So with the heat shield off and out the way, the next thing I needed to do was undo the four 13mm nuts that hold the exhaust onto the turbo, and luckily for me, none of these snapped. I could then get the oil feed removed from the turbo as well, along with the oil return pipe down in the sump. Now we can remove the fuel pipes, which are super easy to get unplugged. All you have to do is push the plastic tabs together and simply pull the pipes apart, not forgetting to disconnect the map sensor as well while we're there. Then we moved on to the engine mount, which is held onto the cylinder head with 5 13mm bolts, and after getting those out, and yes, I did support the engine from underneath with a jack, I got the mount removed along with the 13mm nut that holds on the cam belt tensioner, and then I could finally get the belt removed as well. Now with the cam belt off, I need to remove the cylinder head, and on these Puntos, it comes off in two pieces. The first piece being the cam box, and after getting that unbolted and removed along with the gasket, I could now loosen off all of the head bolts, hoping and praying that none of them snapped. Now luckily, none of the bolts snapped, so after getting all 10 of the bolts removed, I could then lift off the cylinder head. Now it did take a little bit of a wiggle to get the oil return pipe out, but eventually we could get the head lifted off.
One cylinder head. Oh shit. Oh damn. Well, what do we have here then? Well, that ain't good. It's not looking good, Rev.
So now we've got the cylinder head off, what I'll do is I will grab the camera and I will show you guys exactly why it's not looking good, Rev. So as you've just seen, we have removed the cylinder head from this engine, and we've got it on the floor over here. We've got the top half of the cylinder head, which is what holds the cams in. As you can see, we've got the back of it there with the two cam gears, as obviously we've only got one pulley on this side, which is connected to the cam belt. So the cam belt turns this gear here, which in turn turns this gear here, which then in turn turns this gear, which means both the cams will be rotating as they need to be. But the bit we're interested in is this part of the cylinder head here. So if I pull the gasket off and out the way, there's one dell, we need to keep him safe. Make sure that he is nice and safe. But can anyone see straight off the bat what the issue is with this cylinder head? And I'm going to show you the head before I do show you the block. Now, some of you may have just seen previously, quickly, what is wrong with this engine, but can anyone see or tell what's going on here? For those that can't, we've got all this metal swarf all over what would be piston number 4, as you may remember that this end was above the gearbox, so that is number 4. But we've got all this swarf, I don't know if you can see it there on the camera very well, but all these metal chunks and bits here. These valves are stuck open, so if I bring the camera up and into the engine bay, I will hold it still. Can anybody see what is wrong? For those that don't know, or for those that can't see, we've got piston number 1, piston number 2, piston number 3, and if we come down to piston number 4, it seems to be more like a gravel pit than a cylinder bore, and we have got an edge or the top of the piston here which is completely broken off, and as you can see there, we've got the top of what is a piston ring just there sticking out. So that piston and that bore is going to be absolutely knackered. Now I think the best next step for this Punto is for me to give him a ring, show him exactly what we've got here, and then we can work out a plan on going forward. So let's give him a ring now. Yo.
What?
It's bad.
How bad is bad?
It's very, very bad. Let me turn the camera around. It's very, very bad. So we've got the cylinder head.
Oh.
See all the metal bits?
Yep.
Right, that's on piston number 4. Well, what would be piston number 4. So if we bring it round to here, can you see what's...
Okay, yeah.
So it's a bottom end rebuild as well, mate. Or another engine. They're your options.
I was getting another engine. There's no point fucking about with that one, really, is it?
Well, it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a lot quicker and easier and time effective to throw an engine in. But it's definitely goosed. Definitely goosed.
Fucking bollocks.
It's always the way, innit? Like, look at that.
Let's get the worst.
Have you seen, like, the edge of the piston?
Is that completely cracked off, like?
That's gone.
Like obliterated and stuff?
That edge there is completely gone. See the steps? So if I show you piston number 1, see how it's a flat edge all the way around the top?
Yeah.
And you bring it back over to number 4, it has gone bye-bye. Yeetus and deletus. So, yeah, fun.
It'd be nice as a coffee table.
Oh, you can make a good coffee table out of it, I suppose. What I personally think has happened is the cam belt snapped, the valves have smashed the piston to bits, they've put a cam belt on it to try it, and obviously it's no good.
They didn't want to take it apart or anything, did they?
Well, they've just tried it, do you know what I mean? They've just had a go, like, and
Yeah.
it hasn't worked for them, unfortunately. But it is what it is.
That's why I get the made for fuck all.
It is what it is.
You want to buy a car?
I just thought I'd show you firsthand, and it makes a good bit of my video as well.
Oh, you already put it up?
No, not yet. But if you look at the screen, I'm recording this whole conversation.
Oh, fuck. I can't even tell if you are recording or not.
He's turned the screen off. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, our boss just laughed at me as well. He heard it.
But yeah, it's screwed, man. Like, the gravel that's in there is ridiculous. Can I get that there like that?
Yeah.
It's like a sand pit. It's bad, very bad. Piston goes bye bye. Well, we know what the problem is now.
I'll have a look. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Fine.
All right, bro. Sound. Right.
Safe.
Have fun. Adios.
Adios.
See you later, bro. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for Nim to make up his mind and decide on exactly what he is going to do with this Fiat, I am going to end this video there, as I've got a Porsche Cayenne outside, I think it is, that needs some injector seals. And also, while we're on the subject of other things, don't forget to get £5 off your first order of Holy. Use code TDM5 and also use code TDM to get 10% off every order after that. But like I say, I am going to finish it there and go and crack on and get that Porsche done. Like I say, while he's making up his mind on what he wants to do with this. So if you've enjoyed this video and you haven't already subscribed to the channel, now is a perfect opportunity to go and hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and don't forget to drop a comment on what you would do if this Punto was yours. So as always, thanks for watching, thanks for following, and I'll see you lot in the next one. Altogether, fucking mint. Oh.